Hey, what's up, you guys?
I'm magical.
And today I just have a conspiracy theory.
For you. Okay, so,
You know how the whole James Charles cancel culture thing is going on? And, you know how everybody was jumping on a bandwagon of first hating James Charles and unsubscribing to James Charles? And then when James Charles put out his No More Lies video, all of a sudden everyone flip-flopped and subscribed back to James Charles. And everyone loved James Charles again, for the most part. Everyone realized, finally, oh, wait, we never got any actual evidence about all of the accusations against James Charles. So we should have seen the whole situation with James Charles as innocent until proven guilty this whole time. And that's why everyone subscribed back to James Charles for the most part. And then all of a sudden everyone unsubscribed to Toddy. And even Jeffree Star lost some subscribers. And I was watching the whole thing for the past few weeks, and I have to admit, I was in actual shock that there were so many people who were just following the leader, just doing what everyone else was doing. And I was like, don't more people than this think for themselves on the internet? Like, I never unsubscribed from any of the beauty gurus. I was already subscribed to James Charles. I recently subscribed to James Charles, like literally like a month before all of this drama happened. And I did subscribe to Tati during the drama because I at the time believed her. Now I don't know what to think. So I'll leave that up to you to decide what to think about Toddy. I was already subscribed to Jeffree Star before the drama happened. And let's just say I do not have a good opinion on Jeffree Star. But I'm not gonna spread any more drama. So I don't want to. I mean, all the information about Jeffree Star and Jackie Aina is out there. You can form your own opinion about all of Jeffree Star's history. So here's my theory. You know how there's fluoride in the water, in tap water? And I don't know about you, but I drink tap water every day. I'm pretty sure you probably drink tap water every day, unless you have a nice enough job where you can afford to buy water bottles every single few days. Personally, I drink a lot of water, and so I would have to buy a lot of water bottles every single week. I probably have to buy water bottles multiple times a week to feed my water habit. And I don't feel like hearing all that. But anyway, the point is fluoride in the water is something that we think is harmless, but I don't know about that. I actually heard that fluoride I think fluoride was used in Auschwitz or in some other concentration camp, or in maybe possibly multiple concentration camps. I'm really not sure about this fact, okay? guys, but I heard that fluoride was used in a concentration camp, or maybe it was multiple concentration camps. And fluoride was used to keep the people in the concentration camp mindless and docile, and it was used to help keep them docile. It was used to help keep them following orders mindlessly, or more mindlessly than they would have if they were not drinking fluoride in their water. And I just want you to let that sink in for a minute. I mean, why are they putting fluoride in our water? Like, they say that they put, like, the government says that they put fluoride in the water to help prevent teeth decay and cavities. But, I mean, there's plenty of toothpaste out there, okay? You don't need to add extra fluoride in the water to prevent teeth decay when there's plenty of toothpaste out there. Toothpaste has been around way before they started putting fluoride in the water, I'm pretty sure. And if you want to prevent tooth decay, just brush your teeth, you know? So that doesn't really make any sense to me, that argument that it's okay that they put fluoride in the water because it's supposed to help with preventing tooth decay. But, like, we don't need the fluoride in the water because we have toothpaste. And then you don't even need to have fluoride in your toothpaste because there's plenty of toothpaste that are good for your teeth that are fluoride free. And you would still have healthy teeth using fluoride-free toothpaste. So we don't actually need fluoride at all. And in fact, I've heard, I don't know if this is true or not, but I have heard that fluoride calcifies your third eye or your pineal gland in your brain. So, and you want to decalcify your pineal gland in order to raise your vibration anyway. So I've heard. I don't know if that's true or not. But if that's true about fluoride calcifying your pineal gland and closing up your third eye and making you, and if fluoride really does make you more mindless, then I feel like decades and decades of fluoride use via us drinking all of this fluoride in our water might, this is a stretch, okay? But just hear me out. I mean, if fluoride was actually used in concentration camps, or in a single concentration camp to make people more mindless, then wouldn't that maybe explain why there's so many people nowadays on the internet after decades and decades of fluoride use that are just so follow the leader, jump on the bandwagon. I'm doing what everybody else is doing. I'm following the trends. I'm not thinking for myself. I'm doing what everyone else is doing. I'm just hearing stories about James Charles, and I mean, are you really just going to believe every story that you hear about James Charles just because they said it in the media? All of a sudden, you're going to say the same accusations as if you know those things to be a fact when we don't know those things to be a fact. I mean, the accusations against James Charles have no proof or evidence to them. There is no evidence to any of the accusations against James Charles, and yet everyone was jumping on this bandwagon of just following what everyone else was following and saying what everyone else was saying about James Charles. So it just really disturbed me to see that, and I kind of had this conspiracy theory idea. And I don't know if there's any truth to this theory, but I just feel like, you know, if the government wants to make us more mindless, and I do believe that MK Ultra is still going on to this day. I don't think that they ever stopped doing MK Ultra. In fact, I feel like the fluoride that the government puts in our water is actually a part of MK Ultra. And it's just a very minor part of MK Ultra because they're trying to control our minds, I think, in a way. They want us to be more docile so that we'll be more easily controlled. And look at what's happening right now in Alabama with regards to the abortion law. Like, somehow we've become so docile as a society that we let this law get passed. And I'm not going to pretend that I'm so holier than thou. I didn't even know anything about what was going on in Alabama. And I'm not anywhere near as politically active as I should be. And so I let what happened in Alabama happen as well. So, and now I feel kind of like bad about what's going on in Alabama because I could have been one of the people who was using their voice to prevent something like what's happening right now in Alabama from happening. And I mean, the whole fluoride in the water thing just explains a lot of the whole cancel culture thing. I'm so against cancel culture. Just think about this for a minute. If the government wants us to be more mindless if the government wants to put fluoride in our water to make us be more mindless, and you know how everyone's been creating this conspiracy theory lately that possibly Shane Dawson is
filming
all of the drama that happened in the beauty community as his new documentary series, which would be a social experiment to see how people on the internet can just follow the leader and just jump on bandwagons and do what everyone else is doing without thinking for themselves. Now, I personally do not think that Shane Dawson is behind all of the drama that is going on in the beauty community as some form of social experiment documentary series. I think that is just a ludicrous idea, and it doesn't make any sense because Shane is such a nice person. Why would he want to risk everyone's careers for the sake of a documentary series? Especially when you don't have any idea what could happen, and when you have no idea what could happen to the people's careers. So it doesn't make any sense. It's just not something that I don't think that Shane would do something like that, and it doesn't make any sense at all. It doesn't make any logical sense that the whole drama in the beauty community was just some social experiment. That doesn't make any sense at all. But it is a fun conspiracy theory to ponder. But I do think that there is some truth to my fluoride conspiracy theory. And even though it's a stretch and it seems kind of unbelievable, I just feel like there's something to it. It doesn't really make a whole bunch of logical sense, this conspiracy theory about fluoride, but I think maybe that's only because there isn't any evidence yet. But you know, I just think there's something to it. It just seems really weird that they just put fluoride in our water like that for no reason. It's not really helping us. And then when you think about the history with concentration camps, It's just weird. It's weird, right? It's just really weird. And so the whole Shane Dawson conspiracy theory with regards to the beauty community made me think of, what if we are the social experiment of the government? What if the government is using putting fluoride in our water as the government's form of social experiment on us as a society to keep us docile and to keep us following orders and believing so quickly everything that we see on the media with no evidence? If fluoride makes us more mindless and docile, it would explain so much of the bandwagon stuff that we see every single day on the internet, but poignantly, particularly, especially with regards to the drama in the beauty community. There's just something weird about the whole thing. And that's my conspiracy theory. The government puts fluoride in our water to keep us docile, and it's the government's form of social experiment and MK Ultra on all of us every single day. And I don't know why I keep drinking tap water when I just know that there's something to this. And I know that I know that the government is still doing MK Ultra. Like, I don't know for a fact that the government is still doing MK Ultra. I don't have any evidence or proof that the government is still doing MK Ultra. But if you look into the history of MK Ultra and how twisted and evil and dark the things that they did to people during the time when MK Ultra began, I really don't think that they stopped it. I think that they're still doing MK Ultra. I think that the government is still doing MK Ultra, but just in less twisted ways, like by putting fluoride in the water, which seems harmless, but I think the government knows that it's not. I think the government knows that the fluoride in the water is not really harmless at all, because it does probably make people more docile and easily influenced and easily suggestible to things in the media and to the things that they see on the internet and to conforming to societal norms. I just think there's something weird going on, guys. Something weird is going on this year. Teal Swan said in her 2019 psychic prediction video that 2019 is the year of stride, and that 2019 is the year that we will all be faced with decisions that challenge and make us face our integrity and whether or not we're going to maintain our integrity in the face of pressure and challenges. And if you just look at everything that's happening in the beauty community and all over the internet this year, everywhere I look, people's integrity is being challenged. Everyone is being faced with so many decisions right now during this year that makes them have to really look in the mirror and say, do I really have integrity? And even with myself, like, I've had experiences this year that have made me become a person that has more integrity than ever before. So it's just weird, you guys. Fluoride in the water is just weird, and there's something fishy about it, okay? It's just weird. If you don't think there's something fishy about it, maybe it's because you're drinking too much fluoride. Okay? Bye, everyone.